real quick because in this investigation, per a memorandum from the Office of Director of National Intelligence, these satanic covens are the focus of interest in a nationwide sweep. And we've got to hook into these guys real tight. You know, they bit, I pulled back, been reeling them in. I'm not alone on this deal. And we've got this guy, Marshall Mahoney, who is a child predator. He's been through the abuse. Targeted Alexia Davis while I was in prison, and is connected back to her family without question. What their relationship is there is, you know, open for discussion in the future. We can talk about that. But when we look at the cover photo of one of his profiles there, this is very diligent work on his part to do this black magic. And he's already had one wife of his die, and he was targeting Alexia, and things are going really bad for her, man, really bad. When she finally came back after I got out, I mean, her eyes were puffing. I mean, she was just, man, you wouldn't even believe how bad, malnourished, and just fucked off she was. I hate to say that about her because, you know, she's a great person. But the thing is, these guys have targeted me specifically, and her. And this is something that, you know, how do you willfully do this? And so they're moving out of their place right now after I left some tips for, you know, different agencies about the fact that he was involved with this child exploitation. I'm not ashamed of that. I don't give a fuck who you are. If you don't like it, you can fucking come get some. You know, bottom line, if you're going to fuck with these kids, we're going to be on your ass for it. And it's unfortunate that people think this is a joke or a game. And the good news is we've got this guy nailed down right back through into her family, different fraternal orders, into the judiciary in Collin County, into Denton, through her house, back into Louisville PD, all the way through. And this has been the subject of the investigation. In fact, I've got another video buffering out right now. It should be up on my other channel. It talks about some of these things. And to bring you guys this type of information and show you how these investigations progress, and the fruit of it is, you know, it's really an honor and a privilege to do that. But these guys have tried to set me back up with the Louisville Police Department. You know, I'm not somebody, you know, your little targeted individual that's going to succumb to these bastards. We're going to watch you every step of the way, see how far we can push ourselves to where we'll gather all that signals, intelligence, everything we get. Here's, you know, cover you up with these documents. Like, I'm just sitting here spouting off, right? Let me tell you something. If you're a detective from LPD and you want to take this to court and you want to, you know, try to say harassment, this, that, and the other for a brief interaction when I've never had any, you know, in the circumstances, well, I can talk about this with the detective tomorrow. You are in for a rude fucking awakening. We will hammer you so fucking hard legally every step of the way. Okay, literally. The last cop that set me up and participated in that, Frank Eric Dockery, okay? Brian Gibbons is the cherry on top, right there in your department, okay? We are not fucking playing games with you. Okay, I'm not a law enforcement officer. I don't have to tell you shit. And that's what pissed off this guy the other day. I don't have to tell you shit. Okay? I've told you guys already. And nobody's gonna, you guys are gonna come get me for telling you who I am? I don't fucking think so. Okay, we'll give you a free flight to fucking Guantanamo and fucking put a rag over your fucking mouth, huh? You hear that? Make a drought in the fucking, make a drought. As bad as that sounds. And so I hate to sound that way, man, but I don't want to feed that energy, and it makes you so fucking angry when these people target your family. They target the kids, and the thing is, it's this multi-generational cycle of abuse that you have to have forgiveness for, you have to have compassion for, and that is such a difficult thing to do when I've seen Alexia suffer so much for this, and her parents are feeding into this right now where she's at, and they're a part of this. They've covered up for all of this her whole life. She's totally, not really aware of this right now, and I'm telling you, she's gonna wake up, man. She's gonna wake up, and when she does, You know, it's not even contingent on that. And so I just wanted to go ahead and put this here. I'm going to get you guys some pictures and show you some of this other stuff. I'm going to do some screenshot videos for you. But this is more just a matter of public record about these things going on. And if you guys haven't seen me talking to this Sergeant Gordon, who came out the other night, who really influenced, you know, this trumped up bullshit harassment charge, which hasn't even been filed yet. It probably won't be filed. He comes from the same lodge, you know, and I've got him on tape admitting to this roughly, and so we already know who he does. We already know that he's connected to this. And no against the good Freemasons, no offense out there to the good Freemasons, but if you don't get to the 33rd degree, you're being steered around like a little bitch. You don't know what the fuck is really going on, and you're being misled. That's the foundation of Freemasonry. And so you're talking to a guy born in the CIA secret projects, knows all about this. What the fuck are you going to tell me about Freemasonry? It's not a motherfucking thing. Okay? And so I just don't even know where to leave it from there. I felt compelled to make this quick video. And it's interesting that we see them moving out of their place at this time and other things. And we have another connection, of course, back in with another person that was part of this same group that actually expedited the meeting between this guy, Marshall Mahoney, and Alexia, admitting that he is living with self-admitted and proclaimed, and by their own definition, Satanists. This is not something I'm making up. This is their own words, their own imagery, their own everything. And so it's neat to be able to sit here and put that in that perspective, because if you haven't followed my work, you know, we furnished the Shadow Network from DARPA that has the same links into the Satanism. And so it's a big deal, and we see this stuff in the Nike shoes and all this stuff coming out in the mainstream now. These guys aren't even afraid of it anymore. You know, it's coming. It really is this spiritual war, and you guys better get on the right side. You want to fight a satanic system without Jesus in your mouth or in your heart? What are you doing? How do you plan to overcome this? The belief system that these people have is irrespective to what you believe. They don't care. But I'm telling you, how many good people have I met with that have been through not even projects, but just spiritual warfare? And you know, maybe it was an extra dimensional, you know, craft that came and got them, that took them there. And you hear all these stories of MUFON and all this kind of stuff that a lot of people that watch our stuff are familiar with. It always equates back into some type of a demonic situation. And so how many of us does it take to say, well, when that name of Jesus does this, I'm not ashamed of this. Why would I be ashamed of this? Like, Jesus is the living alchemist. You know, water into wine. People think this is demonic. It's not. This is, you know, transmutation is an inherent ability that we have, and this is something that lives in us. You save yourself because this is already inside of you. But if you don't realize this, you're done. And so, man, the bloodlines are battling out here, and that's what this is. We've shown the connections into law enforcement and the corruption, the racist factions, the psychological operations that they do in the media, and now we're hammering the shit out of these fucking assholes with Sheriff Skinner. He's just had 7 of his deputies fired. We told, you know, I told Laura, I said, we're going to mirror this in the mainstream media right after we talked about the PSYOPs, right after we did the interview. Within 48 hours, the Texas Rangers are at his door at his jail. They're still investigating him now. And the bad news for them is they're very aware of what I'm talking about right now, and they're very aware that Sheriff Murphy over there in Denton County last time rushed a murder investigation that the Rangers were investigating themselves in a shooting that occurred with one of his deputies. And so this culture of law enforcement covering up for murder and rape and all of these things that we have seen in the midst of this investigation, just the stuff that I've presented, and I'm just one guy out here doing this, and just the work that I've done. I'm not one guy out here by myself doing this. I mean, I've always got my crew one way or another. One way or another, God is always with me, I guess you could say, huh? But this is going to catch up with these guys. They've been doing this for too long, and it's coming for them. And so I want to be on record for that today. Timestamp, boom, again, this is how we roll. And so hopefully that next video will be out in a minute. And to do a spare of the moment thing like this, when we're looking at this, what I've just kind of deciphered and looked at with this imagery and all of this is just so evil. And so I'll put that up. It's just, you wouldn't even believe the time and the specificity these guys want to put into this intention behind their magic. And so it's real neat to be aware of it, because, man, that's broken. And it's unfortunate that it falls back onto them for them. And so how they break that is something that I've already discussed here tonight. And so hopefully that'll lead them to the way, you know, the darkness can hopefully point them the right way when they figure out what's going on. So there it is. I'm going to let it go. I've got some more stuff coming up. I'm not sure if I'll go live with it, but I appreciate you guys taking your time to look at this. And if you have questions, whatever, leave a comment. It's for real. And so, again, we know this guy's been involved in child exploitation. We know that he's targeted us specifically, and it was planned by his elders at his lodge that are connected back to Alexi's family and this corrupt law enforcement faction. These guys are fucked. Okay? These guys are fucked for real. And so, you know, they want to, you know, I've stated that I'll cooperate with them if they want to try to come to me. I don't carry weapons, right? There's my disclaimer. You know, my other disclaimer is we told you last time we're going to come in and get 100 people. That's not contingent on a motherfucking thing. It's coming no matter what you do. And so we got you, you know. I told you last time we're going to take 10 of y'all, put your fucking hands on me and set me up. Didn't we come and get 10 of y'all, make fucking front page news, Department of Justice and all the rest of it? Yeah, we sure fucking did. This is round 2, okay? Ding, ding.